All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood back again for a second video of the day. Real quickly, I'm going to cover Bitcoin, the updates since I made a video a couple hours ago, and then we'll go into some altcoins. All right, so when I made a video a couple hours ago, we were right coming up for this back test, this bearish back test of the point of control. And I talked about this being a bearish back test, and if we reject, we can expect new lows to come in, new lows to be made. And sure enough, we did get that bearish back test. We did get the rejection, and now we are making new lows here. So now this does look pretty wedgish to me. This does look like this could break out to the upside, maybe once we hit that pitchfork support there. Let's see here, like something like this, and I guess I would probably actually make this as a descending channel. So let's check that out. Let's go from high to higher low here and then put it down here. All right, yeah, that looks pretty nice as a descending channel there. So the bottom of the channel, we can expect maybe a slow grind down to the pitchfork level around 103.4, 103.5 actually, 103.5. It's closer to 103.5. And if we lose that, of course, our value area high, like I talked about, was our support to back test. Lose that, then the anchored VWAP from the lows is in confluence with the golden pocket from the FOMC meeting dump lows to the high. Just the same as I talked about 2 hours ago. And that level is around 102.5, 102.450-ish. So those are the levels to be watching for support to come in locally. And then if we do see a move to the upside, we do have to watch for the double top of what just happened here. And then also now our 786 and our value area high is kind of in this box of resistance right above the liquidity of the second pivot of this channel. And oftentimes when you break a channel, you'll at least come up and take the liquidity of the second pivot. So at 105.850, you can see a swing failure pattern into that 786 would be pretty nice to see locally. Other than that, I would be looking, we swing failure pattern of the highs that were made. That's always good to look for. We would want to see bearish divergence, maybe possible absorption after that, or, really you couldn't see absorption if you're making new highs, but we'd look for bearish divs coming up to that. If we break that, the naked daily point of control is up there, and that's pretty much it until all-time high or much further. I do think the swing failure pattern of the all-time high is still a possibility as well, but this 112 to 113 pitchfork midline, and it's also the top of the much more big pitchfork that I showed you guys, I think 2 or 3 videos ago. Let me actually see if I've got that pitchfork here. Is this the one? Nah, let me zoom out here. Let's zoom out onto the 4-hour, and let's check. That's not it. I think it was on a different chart. So anyways, that pitchfork level resistance is right around this midline resistance as well. Now, as far as the channel goes, the ascending channel from the lows that were made a few days ago, we are still in the channel, but we are coming to the support of it now. Let me get rid of that real quick. You can see this channel. Let me zoom back out. Let's go on to the 30-minute chart. And check this out, guys. We're almost to the bottom. So if we do, the bottom of this channel is a little bit higher than our pitchfork band, but we could wick out of the channel into the pitchfork band and then come right back in. So we need to be aware of that. But if we start to lose this structure here, this has been our entire trend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. If we start to lose this, we could see a quick flush down to this 101.350 area where we have a daily, a golden pocket, and our swing failure liquidity grab. Of course, the value area high is still our first major support level, and that is at 103 on Coinbase, 103K. All right, so that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. Let's recheck the liquidation real quick and see if anything has changed there. If we've grabbed the liquidity below us. Oh, I guess to actually refresh it would be good. All right, so, okay, we're coming in to take that liquidity right now. We've pretty much grabbed all of it. So we could see a small move up from here. Remember, if we are looking for an ABC correction, you do see a wave down like this. A B wave will come back up. You want to look around the 0.5, 0.382, 0.5, 618. If we break the 618, I'm not so sure it's going to be or if we break the golden pocket and go all the way to the 786, It still could be a B wave, but that's a less likely target. And then our C wave down maybe to this 1013, 101, 1013 to 100.8. Golden pocket, daily, swing failure pattern, liquidity grab, all that stuff. All right, so that's it for Bitcoin. Now I'm going to go into XRP USDT on KuCoin. Someone requested that I do it on KuCoin. And let's zoom out here. Let's go to the weekly chart. Now, they didn't specify whether they want local TA or more macro TA, but I guess we can just do both. We'll look at it a little bit of both. Wow, KuCoin has a crazy wick there. All right, so what we could do is we could do a pitchfork from the last big low. I'm not going to do that wick there because that wick was probably something with the exchange or something crazy like that. And look how nice this pitchfork looks already. The band rejection, top of the band rejection, band rejection, band rejection. Held the bottom all through here. Saw a deviation, was able to reclaim. Now we're reclaiming, we pumped above the pitchfork midline, back tested on the weekly, and now we're coming up to this band of resistance above us. So XRP on the weekly actually looks like, man, yeah. I mean, we could go higher still, but it is getting, we do see kind of bear divs. You can see higher highs through this here. And this, you could count this as one momentum wave, but it's like a hump. And then another hump was starting to form here. I do think XRP, we do have a fifth wave that can happen in a smaller 5-wave impulse on the daily chart. But let's, we'll look at that in just a second. I'll show you guys that. First, let's mark out our key weekly level here. Weekly, okay. And then nothing really to the upside, and that's the only weekly that I would mark out. Let's go on to our daily chart. All right, so see, this is nice on the daily. Now, I have this on my other chart too, but we are forming this descending channel that looks pretty nice here. Let's first mark out our key. Okay, there's no naked dailies. There's no really daily levels that haven't been hit except for this one way down here. We can mark this out for sure at 250. Now that's pretty low, so all right. Now the 5-wave impulse that I'm talking about here is just this last daily price action here. Wait, is it this daily? Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we could see the 5th wave end into this pitchfork band around 360 to, you know, $4.08, $4.10. Although the 5th wave, if it came up here, it might be bigger than our 3rd wave. So we might not want to see that. All right. What we can do now is let's zoom in onto the 4-hour chart and let's look at any trends that are happening. So yeah, I do like this channel still. If we take it from the high to the lower high here, bring it down to these lows. Nope, not those lows. This low here, you can see the channel wicked past it, but we held it overall. Midline is being highly respected. And so the top of the channel is going to be around that 328. It's a little bit lower on KuCoin, but that's a very crucial level because if we turn on our naked daily points of control, let's get that loaded up here. Did I turn it on? Yeah, okay. Wow, okay, so it's not on this chart. We don't have any naked dailies. Let's look at the naked weekly point of control here. Nothing here either. All right, on the other chart, we do have a naked daily up there at 328.5. Let's check out our monthly pivot points. Okay. So we did bounce from this monthly pivot point here, but that was also a golden pocket. It was, I showed that support before it happened down here. Okay. Other than that, we can look at a couple things here. We are forming a range after reclaiming this midline. We're starting to form a range here. So we could zoom in on this and we can look at the range. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. And we'll do a range pull from all the price action after recovering. You can see we were rejecting from the value area high. Value area high rejected us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We are now losing our point of control. So anytime you lose the point of control, you can expect to come down to the value area low. We do have some liquidity that's resting, internal liquidity that's resting here at like 304, 305-ish, 304.6. And let's do a golden pocket pull from the lows to the highs here. And okay, couple things here. Our 786 right away, it's lining with the channel midline. So that will be nice at $3, pretty much $3 even there. If we come down, hit the 786 into the channel midline, that is a level of support that I would be watching. Let's check out our golden pocket. Our golden pocket's going to be below our value area low. Okay. But the golden pocket, so this liquidity grab does look nice because it's an internal liquidity grab into a golden pocket. So that's like a 304 to 303, really. That's our first big level of support. I would like to see a wick past it, but then like close an hourly at or above the value area high. Because if we start to lose that value area low, if we start to lose this value area low, even if we come to this golden pocket, we could just come back up, bearishly backtest the value area low, and then continue down. So we need to be aware of that. Okay, so that is the local there. And then let's do a more macro golden pocket from the lows a couple days ago to the highs here. And our 786 on this is coming in around the bottom of the channel. So this is nice too. It's 277 to like 275-ish is the bottom of the channel. It's our 786. That's a nice level of support. We also do have this fair value gap from this candle here. We have a fair value gap in there. So it would be filling the fair value gap right around that 786. Let's zoom back out onto the 4 hour chart. And we'll do a Fibonacci pull from the highs of the channel to the lows that we made here. Now we front run that 786. So that 786 was front run. And if we do take a while, so what we could do is chop around here, maybe even come down to the midline of the channel, work our way back up to hit the 786 in confluence with the top of the channel at 324.1. Now that this channel and these prices are quite a bit different than on this chart here, where you can see at 328 up there is where we have our 886s up there. Now our 786 on that is a bit different. Let's look at this. 786. So 786, yeah, this channel's a lot more steep than the one on KuCoin. And the bottom of this is about 277. It's about the bottom of the channel, and there's that pitchfork band there. This is a different pitchfork than the one I just pulled on KuCoin. And then we also have this liquidity grab of this key liquidity before we hit our big dump. It's up at the top of the channel, and then we have a naked daily point of control. Now let's double check that now because the other one didn't have that. So let's turn this on, and let's look to make sure that naked daily is still up there. Yes, we do still have that naked daily point of control up there. So a naked daily point of control at 328.67-ish. So 328.67 to 328.5. We could have a swing failure pattern into that naked daily point of control up there. We also, on this chart, we have another naked daily point of control right above today's highs. And that is going to be, so let's mark that out actually, because, so this chart is a lot nicer than KuCoin's chart. I understand you probably want to chart KuCoin because you're trading on KuCoin. But sometimes I trade on exchanges that I'm not charting on. Like I don't trade on Coinbase, margin trade on Coinbase, but I use Coinbase's chart because it's the highest respected. And when an alert goes off on Coinbase, I'll go to my exchange and I will usually mark it in when that alert gets hit if I see confirmation and stuff like that. So, all right, so there's a naked daily point of control there. Now let me go back to the other charts. KuCoin chart. Excuse me. Let me turn this off. So this is just local price action. Now, if we break out of this channel and have a wave 5, it would actually be nice. Our 358.2 is around the top of the, or that's the pitchfork band that's above us. That's the start of the pitchfork band. I called this area between these two as a band. And oftentimes you'll see asset chop around in the band for a bit, or, you know, reject off of the top or bottom of the band. So let's zoom back out onto the daily. Okay, let me clean this up a bit. And I do see one other thing here. Let me check this out. Let's grab array and let's just do a basic trend line. Okay, so this trend line here is being respected. And you can see we bounced off it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We've bounced off of it. Now we can zoom in on this trend line and we can check this out. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. And now this trend line, it's a pretty steep trend line. So depending on when we hit it, our golden pocket could be aligning on the hourly chart. Let's do a range pull here, and let's go to our golden pocket. So if we chop for a bit for a few hours here, and our golden pocket is in alignment with this trend, so far this trend is held strong for multiple touches on the daily. So if our daily overall trend is going to hold, now obviously for the past couple weeks we've been in this downtrend in this channel, but the bigger trend that's even longer, you can see here multiple touches. And I hate how TradingView does that. Okay, there we go. And so you can see how well this trend is being respected here. So if we start to lose this trend, we actually could see a much bigger flush down, and we could come to this daily at 250. But our golden pocket, so our golden pocket is around, what is that, 286 to 285. 286 to 285 is going to be in confluence with this trend here. And if we do not bounce from here, we could lose, you know, obviously we could still bounce from the bottom of the channel, see a fake out on the daily, and then continue higher. Like this was a very small fake out of it on the daily, not even really a fake out because it just wicked past it. But this trend is pretty important right now for XRP to continue its momentum to the upside. Yeah. All right. So that's what I'm looking at on XRP. The 786 at the top of the channel is an important resistance because we do have this liquidity from, a couple days ago that's right above. So that swing failure pattern into this, it would really be nicer if we did like come down to the midline first, chop around for a bit, and then come up here where there's actual super confluence between the 786, the top of the channel, and then we have our SFP of the 321.5 highs on KuCoin. Yeah, that's about it for KuCoin. All right, now I'm going to go into Beth USDT. So, all right, bybit. We'll do bybit. Let's zoom out onto the weekly. Is this the right coin? Wait, that's bit. I was like, that looks awfully close to Bitcoin. Beth. Oh, I see. So Beth, it looks like it's only on OKX and HTX. I'll do OKXs here. Let me know, whoever asked about this in the comments, let me know if this is the right one, because I thought you said it was like a newer coin like Brett that could maybe do a 10x like Brett does, but this looks like a pretty old coin here. So I will do TA on this still. Let's just do TA on it. I see right away we do have this ascending channel type structure on the weekly here. So that looks really nice. Let me change that to our pink channel. Yeah, that looks really nice. Look at this on the weekly. It's trending very, very nicely to the upside, making higher highs and higher lows. We have not formed any bear divs on the weekly, and our money flow is starting to round out. Now, it's not quite yet, but it is starting to. So I like that channel. You can see we kind of rejected from the midline. We had a fake out of the midline. Now we're rejecting. All right, let's do a Fibonacci pull from the weekly lows to the weekly high. And the bottom of that weekly channel is around the golden pocket at 2789. I'm wondering now if this is the right one. Beth, let me just, oops. All right, I think I'm just going to go with this one. So let me know in the comments if this is the right one. I have no idea what this is. Actually, we can go here and let's check real quick to see. Beth. Okay, this must be the one you're talking about here. Beth. All right, well, let's go on Deck Screener. Come on. Oh, against Solana. Okay. All right, this must be the one you're asking about. Man. Only $269,000 worth of liquidity. Wow. Be careful trading very low volume coins like this because they can really make moves off of a little bit of liquidity and they can really wreck you off of that too. Let's go to the weekly chart. Wow, look at those wicks. All right, let's do our best with this. We have our weekly level up here. Let's make that orange and make that one. Weekly level down here. No. Okay, so the oranges are our weeklies. Let's go to the daily chart. What I would do is I would pull a fixed range volume profile of this here, but I do not believe Deck Screener does not have. Oh, yeah, it does. Let me go into my settings. Row size, we're going to go 270. Okay. Okay. So I guess we can mark out these. Value area high, we'll make it white. Value area low. Okay. So it looks like we're bouncing from the value area low of our range on the daily. And we do have a daily level up here next to, and I'm going to make the daily level blue. So we have a daily right next to our value area high. So right away, that's a important resistance at 00518 to 00527. All right, that's that. Let's zoom in onto the 4-hour chart. Now I'm going to, we're at the point of control. We're bouncing from the value area low. We're coming up to back test the point of control. If we reject from this point of control, we probably come down to this weekly level down here. And we do have that liquidity that's down here as well on the 4-hour chart. So that 001887 weekly, and we would also take the liquidity of these lows, which were very important lows because you can see the impulse that we made up after that. So that 01887 is going to be a key support, and we could past it just a bit to grab the liquidity of these lows, and then close like a 15-minute at or above, or maybe an hourly at or above this weekly, and then see a reversal up. Man, this thing, there's not much structure to this here. All right. We can do the Fibonacci pull from the last big high to the low that we just made. And yes, our 618, so let me make these one. You can see our 618 is right above the daily and the value area high. So I would say this area in here, let me go into settings and let's go here. Let's turn off the 0.5. Yeah, so 618, golden pocket, daily value area high. That's all nice. So 0.0051 to 0.0054. This is the box of resistance I'd be looking at up here. And then our support is going to be this weekly along with this liquidity grab down here. Now we also do have at this weekly here at 0.003718, we do have a liquidity grab here as well. So we could come up and grab the liquidity of these highs here into the weekly, and then come up here, do something like maybe break the point of control, back test it, come up here, and then just come right back down, back test, come. Yeah, honestly, and this point of control is where we're at right now is really important because look at it's also SR flip level. So like it's kind of resistance here, support through here, then we lost it. It acted as support again, acted as support, acted as support. So now it's resistance. So what we're facing right now pretty much at what is this 0026, 00296 to 00295. This area right now is important resistance. And if we can get above this, then we can go higher to this weekly at least, if not way up here to these value area high daily and 618. If we lose it, then we're probably coming for these weeklies, if not even lower. We could even come for these lows down here. This thing is looking pretty beat down right now. Go here. Let's look at the RSI. Stochastic. All right. So we were seeing some bullish divs into this value area low. You can see lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the momentum indicator, the stochastic here on the 4-hour chart. 4-hour bull divs into the value area low. That's why we're seeing the bounce that we're seeing right now. Pretty nice bounce actually from this value area low. So if right now is local resistance, we can also do a Fibonacci pull from the local highs of this kind of channel that we were seeing down here. So let's go from these highs to the lows, and our 618 is right above that area there. Let's check the 0.5 because oftentimes the 0.5 is a correction target, and that's just below it. We've already broke through that, so that's okay. So you could watch for a fake out of the point of control into our golden pocket. Like if we do one more like 4-hour push into the golden pocket, but close the 4-hour at or below the POC, we might see a rotation down. Let's zoom in onto the 1-hour chart. Yeah, I mean, this was nice. Let me pull this down a bit. And it looks like we were breaking that channel. So if we take a parallel channel tool, we go from these highs to these lower highs here down to these lows. You can see that parallel channel that we were in, the midline was being really respected. We rejected from it a few times at the top. Now we're breaking out of it. So another thing we can watch for here is if we do reject from the POC where we're rejecting from right now, we might come down and back test this channel and then continue higher. So if we back test this channel, that would probably be around 0.2357, but that's going to change as time goes on. So the longer it takes, the lower that goes. If we want to really see, we can come in here and we can do let's go zoom into the 15-minute, And let's do a local golden pocket pull on the 15-minute chart. From the lows to the highs. Yeah, okay. Our 618 is right at the back test of the channel. So that is going to be important local support, 0.2363. If we come back down, because we're possibly rejecting from the point of control now, come back down, back test this, we can probably go higher. If we hold this, it will be confirming the breakout of this channel, and then we can go higher. If we fall back within it, we're probably coming for these lows here, if not lower. We do have our channel midline. Let's see, where was that liquidity of those last lows? Let's go back to the 4-hour chart. Let's put a liquidity here. Let's make it white. And let's go back to the 1-hour chart. So yes, okay, this does look pretty nice, you guys. What did I just delete? All right, we have our 618 that I just showed you. It's the back test of this channel. If we re-enter the channel, our first of support is obviously this weekly at 0.01877. But if we lose that, we could come all the way down to the bottom of the channel where this liquidity is here at 0.0007426. And you would want to see the actual swing failure pattern of it. So a little bit below it into the bottom of the channel. Of course, that would take some time. And so it would align with the bottom of the channel better too if it was, you know, a day or two away on the tomorrow or so. Now, with this being such little liquidity, I mean, this thing can pump. I mean, you see the wicks on this. Let's go on to the 4-hour here. Look at these wicks. These are like, you know, 100% wicks, 50% wicks in 4 hours. So be careful trading this, you guys. This is so low liquidity that the TA will still be respected. You can obviously see this stuff is still being respected, but there's a lot more fake outs and there's a lot more that can happen with low liquidity wicks. As far as our stochastic on the daily, it is bottomed out and it's curving up to the upside. So it's oversold, curving up to the upside. That's a good sign. And we are bouncing from the value area low. We did break out of the channel. So actually, with seeing this curving to the upside on the daily and breaking out of the channel, what I would be watching for, me personally, because we're already at the value or the point of control, you can't long into a point of control. What I'd be doing is waiting for the back test. I'd want to see a rejection, a back test down to that 618 level. And if we do back test down to that 618, what was that? 002363 is what it was. Then that's where I'd be looking to enter long, and then I would bring it up to this TP1 would be this weekly area, and then TP2 would be this value area high daily up here. So that's what I would be looking at on Beth. As far as the 4-hour goes, our momentum is to the upside. We do not, I mean, we were making bull divs here too. So bull divs here. If we break the point of control now, we'll probably flush up to this weekly pretty darn quickly, and then we might see a back test of the value area or the point of control and then continue higher. 15-minute. Okay, so 15-minute. No bear divs there. 5-minute, we were seeing bear divs, so like lower highs on the momentum indicator, higher highs through here. So yeah, I mean, we were seeing it, but this actually looks like it's kind of bottomed out at that value area low, and we're breaking out of the channel that we've been in for a few days, so this might have some momentum to the upside. I mean, I don't know. I guess you buy this on Solana, on probably like Jupiter Aggregator. This might be worth it to even just trade it up to this area up here. You know, you got to look at your own risk appetite. All right, that's it for Beth. Now we're going to go into Doge. And let's do Doge on Coinbase here. Let's see. I had Doge on one of these here. Where is it? All right. Doge on the weekly. Let's get rid of this. So this pitchfork is still nice. You can see we rejected from the top of the pitchfork. We were chopping around for a bit in that band. Let's zoom in. First, let's Let me just get rid of this stuff and we'll redo it. Looks like we had some boxes. Look, it looks like we rejected perfectly from our box of resistance and got a huge drop to our box of support. Wow, let's check this out real quick. Last time I did this, so we hit into our resistance. Now we had some local support levels. Guys, with altcoins, be aware of local supports because they can really, if Bitcoin makes a bigger move, then you can see, and those were smaller boxes of support. Our big box of support, we did reject from our box of resistance. We did drop to our box of support, and then we came up to our second box of resistance up here, or our third box of resistance. So it is actually being really respected, which is nice, you know, to see the TA respected. We do have this up here, so let me make this bigger here. And then, all right, now that we've got those, we can get rid of this stuff now. And let's get rid of that. Let's go to our weekly again, and let's look at if we have any weeklies. So we do have that new weekly resistance here. And then we still have the weekly that's up here that hasn't been hit. Let's go to our daily. So we're forming a nice sideways range here. You could play this two ways. You could play this as two ranges where this is like your upper range here and this is your lower range here, or you could play it as one big range sideways here. So we'll look at both of them. We'll see how they map out here. All right, let's go to our daily support down here. And then we do have this daily here. I don't like that one as much as, I mean, we can mark it out and then I might delete it later because we do have some other more important stuff. I mean, the weekly above it's probably a bit more important. And we will do our fixed range volume profile pull on this. Let's go from here. Okay, actually that daily is important because our value area low is there as well. So we'll leave that on the chart. See how we're kind of chopping around this band? Now, of course, you can get above it and below it, but in this general band area, we generally form like these consolidations around these bands, and that's kind of what's happening with Bitcoin right now. I do like, so we'll keep this band on there, but I do see another pitchfork that might be really, really nice. So we'll go from this last big daily low, we'll go up to the highs here and down to these lows. Let me hide the big one for now. And okay, this does look pretty nice. Let's go on to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, this is a pretty nicely respected pitchfork. Midline rejected, band rejected, top rejected, band rejected, band rejected. Lost the midline, back tested, rejected, band held, band held, band held. Now we're losing the pitchfork, which is a bad sign. And this looks kind of like a bear flag in a way. Down here, flag out, more downside. Okay, so let's check this out. And then we also will check just this smaller range here because this is kind of what we're trading in more now. But be aware that our larger range value area low and daily is right in alignment with this pitchfork band at 35.4 to 35.8. This is our first box of resistance now to be looking at here. This area here. And so we'll do this box. That's going to be val weekly daily pitchfork band. Okay, so there's a lot in there. And let's check our naked daily points of control. And we have a naked daily point of control in there. Okay, that is definitely our resistance, our local resistance to be watching. 38, let's see, what is that? 38.51 to 38.58. That is definitely a big confluence of resistance there. above us. And then below us, we do have this one as well. That one. Let's check our weeklies real quick and see if we have a weekly one that's more important. Actually, it's a naked weekly point of control too. Dang. All right. So, and that's our only naked weekly above us. So this is a very strong level here. Let's see, naked weekly point of control. So from 35 to 35.8, this box here, I'm going to actually extend this and we'll do this here. That is a heck of a resistance. This weekly one is the one we're in right now. The week hasn't closed, so we're leaving that. But we do have this daily down here, which might be nice because let's make sure we get that on there good. There we go. Naked daily, okay. Obviously, our point of control around the pitchfork midline is going to be important here. And then our daily and value area high up here around the pitchfork band up here is looking pretty good too. Let me turn on the other pitchfork just real quick to see what other. Okay, yeah. So this point of control, we have the smaller pitchfork midline, the bigger pitchfork band, all in this area here. So this is from 38.9, really 39 cents to like 40 cents. That 1 penny area there looks real nice. And I bet you that's our golden pocket too. Let's do a golden pocket pull here. So we'll go from highs to lows. No, not our golden pocket, but our 786 is there. So that is definitely a resistance here. We'll mark this out here. So 786 pitchfork. What else was there? POC. Okay, now I know the value area high is going to be coming in around this top pitchfork band as well. Yes, and then the weekly still up here, this box, old box that I had marked out is still going to be important because we do have our weekly and the top of our pitchfork up here. That's what 46.6 to 46.7. So that area is pretty nice. No, 46.7 to 48.8, excuse me. Now let's do the range pull just on the bottom range here. Okay. Point of control is in alignment with our daily down here at 31.8 cents. Right down here. And I bet you that is our golden pocket as well. Let's do the golden pocket pull. So from low to high here. Check it, our golden pocket. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing, guys. Our golden pocket support right now is in the point of control of the smaller range. And that is at 31.6 to 31.8, really, because we have our daily, golden pocket, POC down here. Now, we have our 786 of that in alignment with our naked daily point of control at 31.26 to 32 pretty much. So those are very local resistances. Also, if supports, excuse me, not resistances. But we have liquidity grabs into each of those too. So this actually lines up really nice. We have this liquidity grab into that golden pocket. Actually, to be fair, the golden pocket's already been hit because this golden pocket is from this high to, or this low to this high. So it's been hit once, twice. So golden pocket is actually not as important anymore. I'm going to take the golden pocket off, but we're going to leave the 786 on because the 786 hasn't been hit. But we still do, this is still an important area because our fresh dailies there, we do have the liquidity grab and our point of control down here. So that area at 31.8 is still important. 31.8 to like 31.6 is still important local support here. And then our 786 that hasn't been hit, we do have the liquidity of this low into it, this low here into that area. And then our value area low is down there as well. So we could do something like this here. This is a box that we'd be watching. Value area low. 786. And SFP. Okay. Let me get rid of this. So just be aware of this point of control at, what is that, 31.7 is, and 31.8 here is a support box as well. I guess, let me take this off. No, not that one. This off now so we can clean up the chart. And then I would just be looking at this level here as a smaller support. So this is a POC. And what else was that? Daily here too. Okay. Looks like we have a double top here. So there's twice the liquidity to be taken up here. That would be really nice to take that. If we do something like come down to this level here, bounce from this, then come up and back test our the pitchfork again, it would be a bearish back test, but we could grab the liquidity of these two equal highs. You can see they're exactly equal. So bounce from here, liquidity grab up here, and then see the bigger flush to the downside. Because this does kind of look like a bear flag, to be fair. You've kind of got your flag down, and then we're kind of flagging out here all through this. So this dot does kind of look like a bear flag. Let's look for bullish divs here. Nothing, I mean, money flow looks kind of crappy. Let's go on the daily chart. Man, Dogecoin's kind of been beaten down. But look at the bear div we were seeing at the top of the pitchfork up here, you guys. 1, 2, 3 drives, lower highs, money flow starting to top out and go down. I mean, this was, we should have been seeing this come before it happened. And if we are going to make a big move up, so our first order of business is going to be to get back into this smaller pitchfork. If we can't do that, then we could even come down. So if we really drop, the liquidity of these lows from that flash crash here is into the pitchfork midline. And that's at 26.18. That could be a nice level too if we see a quick flush down here. And gosh, if we drop more than that, I mean, we've got much bigger levels to the downside that we can look at here. And let's measure this real quick. Okay, so since this is a 500% move, when we pull our fib, we are going to base it off logarithmic. Fib based off log levels, because, I mean, it's just a 500% move. You should be using a log scale fib. So let's actually do that, and let's base it off golden pocket. All right, so our golden pocket of this log fib, because it will take some time to get down here, it could be aligning with the bottom of the big pitchfork down here at 15 cents, 15 to 16 cents. That, to me, would be kind of a major spot buy level if this is, I mean, let's see, A, B, C. So we had this huge impulse up here, And then on the daily, we could be seeing an A, B, C down, or we could do a 5-wave impulse down, which 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5 down here. If alts are really going to get destroyed, if Bitcoin starts losing some bigger resistance. I know this chart looks messy. So our major support down here at 15 cents, that would be a really good level. We also have some liquidity down here from these last touch of the big pitchfork band is down here. A daily level, actually. We do have that daily level in there. So 15 cents looks really nice because look at this daily here at the golden pocket at the bottom of the pitchfork. 15 to 16 cents, or wait, what is it? Yeah, 15 to 16 cents is maybe even a spot buy level. And now let's zoom back out here. I know this chart looks messy, guys. Let's get rid of this. No, not that. Let's hide that though. Okay, now let's do a Fibonacci pull from high to low. We're not going to use log scale for this one. And our pitchfork band up here at, what is that? 38 to 38.3, 37.9 to 38.3 could be in alignment, but first we have to do this guy here. That's our major resistance right now above us. So that is from 34.8 to 35.8, really. 34 to 35 cents. The double top liquidity here is nice. Below us, these are our local levels, guys. These are only local. We could bust through this so quick. If Bitcoin starts dumping on the daily, Dogecoin can dump through this really quickly. So I stress, please stress that do not take these as major levels. These are more like intraday levels to look at, or like if Bitcoin keeps chopping sideways and altcoins kind of chop sideways with it, this is local areas. Now, if Bitcoin starts to get volatile, it can flush through these so quick that you won't even, I mean, we might see a small hourly bounce and then boom. So just please be aware of that. Bigger support levels, obviously the SFP into the midline at 26.18. And then, of course, we do have this daily order block in here, this daily order block around our pitchfork band. So let's mark the daily out and our order blocks there as well. So at that 19.34, we have our pitchfork band here and a daily down here, and then 16. So those are our major levels. Now to the upside, I mean, really, we already did hit, it looks like our 618. If we do a fib pull from the high to the low of this dump here, yeah, we hit into our 618 the first time and rejected, and then we hit into our 786 the second time and rejected. Did we hit it? No, we did not hit it. Okay. So the SFP into the 786 at 43.7. Let's do another range pull here. And our value area high is up there. So we could just rotate back up to the value area high, but we're below our value area low right now. So in order to even consider coming up to this value area high, first order of business is going to be to reclaim this box of resistance here. Now I could actually make these green. So yes, first big box, 35, really, what was that? 35.8 to 36.8 or 34.8 to 35.8, excuse me. So that area there is so important to reclaim. If we don't reclaim this and we reject after losing our value area low, we come back up here, reject from it, we can come down so easy. We might just bust through these two so quickly and come all the way down for this. So be careful with those two. Those two are more of local support levels to watch if things stay rangy and we just kind of chop around for a bit. All right, that's it for Dogecoin. Let's go to Aixbt. Okay, this seems fairly new. Let me check something else out. AI. Okay, spot crypto. And let's check it on bybit. Ooh. I'm just going to go with Binance's chart here. All right, not much to analyze here. I mean, there's our weekly. Let's jump onto our daily. Mark that out. Let's go on to our 4-hour. I mean, we were kind of in a nice little channel, but let's check this channel. That's fairly nice. Look at all these semi-equal highs up here. I mean, this probably is some sort of value area right underneath it. Okay, weekly and point of control is up here. That is also probably going to be our golden pocket. Nope. But it is. Okay. This is a tough one. ABC, 8, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay. I mean, this is a resistance up in here. Point of control and weeklies up here. The top of our channel around the daily, that's 74.78, 74.78 cents. We do have these highs up here that are right into our value area high. Man, there's not much to analyze here, to be honest. I mean, I do think this range is a little bit better here. 4 hours. Let's go here. Okay, so yeah, this is a nice range because look how nice our value area high is respected and our value area low and our point of control. So this is the range to choose, it looks like. And point of control weekly is around the same area with our 0.5 of the move. If this is an A, B, C correction, I don't think it. I mean, this looks like an ABC. A wave, B wave, C wave here. And then we might be coming up, impulsing up. Look at this, all pumped and then all lost. But our value area high is up around this liquidity up here. We have multiple liquidity, I mean, semi-equal highs. I can see that these highs did take this high, but we do have liquidity resting up at the value area high at, what is that, 88 cents, 88.4 really. And then we do have, let's go to our 3.8. I think we probably rejected from our 3.82. No, but we have our 3.82, which often acts as support or resistance in a strong trend. So far, I'd call this a pretty strong trend to the downside. The value area low bearish back test is in confluence with our 3.82 of the move from this low to this high to this low. So at 60 cents there, we could easily come up to 60 cents here, reject, and then come right back down. It would be the bearish back test of our really only valid range to be looking at, and then it's 3.82s. I mean, they really are the level to watch in strong trends, in very strong trends. And I would say this is a strong trend to the downside right now. Now we were seeing some bull divs on the 4-hour here. So lower lows on the price action, slightly higher lows on the momentum wave here. So that's 4 hours here gave us that push up, all of this push up here. Now those bull divs have kind of played out, and now our money flow is starting to come back down too. If we can come down and make another low and then see a third drive of bull div, that would be nice. So like say the momentum wave curves over and makes another lower hump like this, we would have 1, 2, 3 humps of the momentum indicator, and we would have 3 lows here. That would actually be really nice. Now, if that happens, we have our lows down here, these kind of maybe launch lows. I don't know if that was like this was the launch and then this was the sell off right after the launch of all the insiders taking profits on people who bought the launch. So if we chop for a bit, I mean, that what's that, 36 cents really? That could be a liquidity grab of those lows and then go up. I mean, I don't know if this coin even has like futures trading and liquidity, but I mean, liquidity works on spot as well. So there's that there. So first resistance, I would say the 382 at 60 cents. Second resistance is this weekly and point of control from like 64 cents to 66 cents. And then our daily up here around the top of the channel, 75 cents or 74.78. And then if we really get pumping, we do have these highs up here at 89 cents into our value area high. Other than that, not much. I mean, we can look at our naked daily points of control. So look at, yes, we do have a fresh naked daily point of control at this 382 at 60 cents. This is going to be important here. We also have a naked daily point of control from yesterday here at what, 51 cents. And so if we do drop to the daily, like right now, if we continue grinding down on this to the daily, hit into the daily, we can come back up to this midline and naked daily point of control and then just continue down. Let's look at our weekly ones here. Okay, that's also a naked weekly point of control there. So that midline, 51 cents is 51.73 is going to be an important area to watch as well. But our point of control of the range is also a naked weekly point of control. So that's at 64 cents, 63.8 to 64 cents. So that's going to be important there as well. And our 0.5 is kind of in that area. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got on this coin. There's not too much more to analyze here. Okay, now let's go to Solana. I want to show you guys Solana here. So Solana, now I know this chart looks messy. I can understand it when I zoom in. So bear with, I don't usually keep all this on the chart at once, but I was just looking at some stuff today. So earlier today, really what we're playing is this range here, this small range that I have highlighted in this volume profile. So let's pull this to present day. Now, just above us at that naked weekly point of control at 247 is also our golden pocket pull. You can see that's our golden pocket. We front ran it, but that's our golden pocket from the last bit, this high here to the low. We haven't even come up to that golden pocket. And the reason why we haven't come up is because you can see we keep rejecting from the highs of this channel, this big pink descending channel. So actually I'll make this channel blue and then I will make the big one pink so you can tell the difference. So you can see this big pink descending channel. We've been just trading, chopping down ever since those highs were made on the Trump coin launch. But earlier today, we actually did a very important thing, and I took a small scalp and I took profit here for a reason at 244 here because we had those highs of this range. So if we're just looking at this sideways range, let's zoom in onto the 2 hour here. And I was just playing this range here. You can also see I've got it pulled as a channel. Now, I pulled the channel before all these lows were made. So we did see a lot of wicks out of the channel, but we never saw any closes, even on the 2 hourly chart outside the channel. I pulled this channel from this low to this low to this high up here. And I don't know why I didn't put it up there. It probably was up there. I probably just messed with it. Anyways, we, on the FOMC news yesterday, we dumped to the bottom of the channel and we held the bottom of the channel. I took a long here. I even talked about that in yesterday's video, but you know what I did? I took most of my profit at this pitchfork midline. I let the rest ride, and I did take it at 244 because we had the swing failure pattern. And you can see we took the liquidity of the top of this range of this ascending channel in blue, and then we're dumping right back down. So what do we have now? The pitchfork midline in red here at the bottom of the channel. If we lose this channel, we're coming much lower. But we can also do a local golden pocket pull from high to low here. Let's look at our golden pocket. And it's at the bottom of that channel and the bottom the pitchfork as well. So this area at 231 to 230 is our local support area to be watching. We can also do a fixed range volume profile of this price action here. Okay, so no volume alignments there. Let's actually do it from like here. Ooh, that changes it quite a bit actually. Why I'm doing it from here is because that's where the aggressive part, actually, we probably should do it from here. This was an impulse to the downside. So when you're looking to pull a fixed range volume profile, it's in the name. It's a range. You're trying to measure the volume of a range that you're trading in. So if you don't want to include part of the impulse down on this. You want to start to pull the range of the you want to get the volume profile of this range. So you pull it at the end of the impulse down, you start your range, and then you pull your volume from there. So this is probably the correct spot to put it. You can see we're at that point of control right now. You can see it's also been respected in the past here. Let's zoom in actually onto like the 30-minute chart. So all right, this was the impulse down, and then we started chopping around here. So this, nope, not that. This would probably be the first green there. That does change it quite a bit though. But you can see how nice this value area high is respected. Rejected from value area high, finally flipped it, back tested the support, took the liquidity, and now we're dumping. And they also tried to hold here earlier. Finally lost it, back tested it here. I bet you if we zoom in here onto the 5-minute chart, bounced from it, finally lost it, back tested it, now we're dropping. This does look like a kind of nice little channel down right here. Just this little 5-minute. I just see these things. So like this little 5-minute channel that we're seeing here. We could even actually take the two major first lows here, bring it up to the highs. Not those highs though. Yeah, that's a nice little channel that we're chopping in. And then, of course, so let me zoom out. Let me get bigger picture again, guys. I got off track a little bit. So we did take the liquidity of this high here, and now we're seeing the dump. But also another thing that happened that was really important, if we zoom in onto the 15-minute chart, and I saw this happen too, after we took the liquidity up here, we came back to the top of the channel again, and we rejected from the top of the channel again, and now we're losing our value area high. So our first level, really, I would be looking for, let's do a Fibonacci pull. We did it from this low to the high, but let's do it from this low where we bounce from our point of control to the highs here. And I mean, this golden pocket's kind of in the middle of nowhere. The 786 of that, though, is going to be aligned with our other golden pocket and our other area. So this area has a lot of confluence down here. So what is that? Between 231 and 230. That is our area we want to be looking for our first bounce from. If we don't bounce from there, I mean, our point of control does have some liquidity just below it that we could look at that point of control at 227. But I would expect us, if we lose this channel here, we're probably going to come for the lows. What we did the other day that I was really not upset about, but bummed about, I wanted to come down to take this liquidity. Let me just get rid of that. So this liquidity here, I've been talking about this in the last few of my videos. Just like Bitcoin front ran its big point of control into its big golden pocket at what, 96.8 to 96.2. Solana did the same thing. It came down and it front ran its big support level. So this is a golden pocket, a pitchfork skiff midline, not this midline, different one, and a point of control down here. And also our channel midline now is aligning with it because we've been chopping so long. So this channel. So really that's like 217 to 209. That area is our first real major level to look for. We do have semi-equal lows down here. These lows are a little bit higher, but we do have these lows down here, and that's at like 221-ish, 220.8. And I would like to swing fail these lows into this level. I wouldn't want to see a shallow swing failure pattern. I would like to dump into here and then close an hourly or 4-hourly candle at or above these lows here at 221-ish. But first order business is this 230 to 231. That's our local. Now above us, all right, so we did take this liquidity here. We can get rid of that. You can see I have an alert set on this naked weekly point of control in this golden pocket. I do think that we could get a, now I was actually looking for it up here where we'd be getting a fake out of the channel into our golden pocket naked weekly point of control and then drop back in the pink channel, the bigger pink channel. Now we didn't get that. If time passes, say we do something like this, we just slowly grind down to this level, bounce here, do this here, and obviously this is the bottom of our blue channel, so we bounce from the bottom, break above our pink channel, back test it, come up here. You can see the midline of our blue channel that we're trading in is in confluence with that naked weekly and that golden pocket. This is the first level, and then we also have the liquidity now that's resting right below it. This is the first level. I'd be looking for kind of an area where I'd be interested in shorting. Let me get rid of that. I did the wrong one. So, but if Bitcoin really starts pumping, we can pump through this really quickly too. So to the upside, I do like this 252 to 255. So let me get rid of this now. So that, just remember, 247 is our first like real resistance above us, I would say. And then at this 252, we have a weekly up here. And then we have a naked daily point of control at 255 and a daily at 256. So this kind of area here could be a possible rejection area. And then also, say we bounce from the bottom of this channel and then explode out of this pink one, because oftentimes when you're seeing a big trend like this on like a 4-hour, this 4-hour downtrend, oftentimes when you break it, you can see a big volume explosion up. So we could bust all the way up to 256, which would be the top of this this blue channel here, rising channel, and then up in here. Also, that I believe was our point of control of this range, this kind of 9-day range, the same 9-day kind of range that, yeah. So, you know how Bitcoin had that 9-day range before we saw the dump of DeepSeek? Well, this was the dump of the DeepSeek controversy stuff. So our point of control is right up here as well, of the 9-day range, and it's also a naked daily point of control. So this 255, 256 area is really nice. And then, of course, we do have a few semi-equal highs up here that would all, I mean, wouldn't it be great if we exploded out of this channel, this pink descending channel, exploded all the way up and took the liquidity of all three of these at the same time? I mean, that's nice. And then, of course, our big resistance up top is still the same. The swing failure pattern into the pitchfork band up at 295 to 300. That's about it, you guys. That's about it for here. Let's, yeah, for Solana. If we really dump hard, down here at 188 is the bottom of the channel. I know this chart looks messy. Just I know it's hard to follow, especially if you're newer. So let me try to clean some of this up, guys. So the bottom down here, we have a weekly level, a fresh weekly, a naked daily point of control. The pitchfork band, the lower pitchfork band is down here, and it's the bottom of our pink channel. That's at 188. I do think 188 is a strong resistance, 188 to 187. Not resistance, support, excuse me, support. So that's what I'd kind of be watching on Solana. I know this looks so messy right now. If you just open this chart, you'd say, what the hell is this guy doing? It makes sense to me when I see it all on there, but I also put it all on there and I understand how confusing this looks. So let's clean some of this up here. You can see that, yeah, some of this is a little bit better, but this big box down here, and actually we could do, We could make this a little bit smaller now. Because our pitchfork was rising too. It was a little bit below this box. That's why I had it down here. It was a little bit below the box. That's why I had to extend the box a little bit. But now that some time has passed, it's probably towards the top of this. Yeah, so that's it, you guys. That's it for this Solana here. Let's go to XRP real quick. XRP. So I did cover this a little bit in my video a couple hours ago, how we shot up from the, let's zoom out here, 2-hour chart. How we shot up from that point of, from this support, golden pocket support, we hit the golden pocket, we shot up like 12%. It was like a big pump into our naked daily point of control that was up here. Now I deleted that. And then now, I think I just put this one on the chart. No. Okay, maybe that was it. Oh, this is weekly. I cannot remember if I just put that on the chart today just before I left. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so that's new. But we did hit into it. It was at 318. I remember it was at 318-ish, almost 319. This one right here. We hit into this one and we rejected from it. Then we dropped to this naked daily point of control and bounced from that one. And now we have some, you can see here, semi-equal highs, liquidity resting right into this naked daily point of control at 315.87. And that's why I put that on the chart. So that's our very first most local resistance above us is this 315.87, a naked daily point of control and a liquidity grab into it. But this 328 area is the real nice area because we have a naked daily point of control up there. I just went over this. We have a naked daily point of control, value area high, and the top of the channel up there, and this SFP as well. So that's a nice high. Also, I do believe, let's do the golden pocket pull from the top of the channel to the bottom of the channel, and it was our 886, I believe, as well. Yes, our 886 is kind of up in that area too. A little bit higher, but. And then to the downside, of course, we have our midline that you can see how well it's been respected. So our midline's down here. And then our anchored VWAP is in alignment with this band. If we really start to dump, that's at what, 295, 294 really. And then 270 is our 786, bottom of channel and the bottom of the pitchfork band. And we have a naked daily point of control down here. So let's move this over. So that value area high that I'm talking about in this is the value area high of this range. Now we formed a higher range up here. And what we could do is we could do the fixed range volume profile of this range. So our value area high is still at 328.5. That's such a good level up there. Let's do this here. Yeah, same. Okay. Yeah, so value area low is below us here, and that might be our 0.5. Yeah. If this is going to be, well, really, after this impulse, because we could definitely say this was more impulsive here, we could see an A, B, C correction to the downside. So we'd want to see A, B, and then a C down at this area here, or even lower. Let's do. Well, we do have this fair value gap. You can see the part of this candle that doesn't have any wick from another candle in it here So from like here to here is a fair value gap that is right in this golden pocket. But that's about all that's there. I like the 786 better, to be honest. Okay, that's it for XRP. All right, guys, I got to get going. I request more altcoins if you want to see me do more altcoins. And have a good day, everyone. Actually, real quick before I go, let's check Bitcoin. Bitcoin. All right, it looks like we're seeing a small bounce here. As long as we're below this point of control, we can probably expect more downside. Now, this grind down, let's check our volume on this grind down. It is decreasing as we're going. So overall, the volume is decreasing. Even our spikes of volume are decreasing. So this looks corrective to me. I mean, what this tells me is that this could be the start. This could just be the A wave of a bigger ABC correction, but this is not an impulse down, to say the least. And that tells me that even if we come down to this 103.5, this might be our first bounce level, and then we might make a lower high. Maybe at that point you could do a golden pocket pull from high to low, and I'm just theoretically doing a theoretical low right now. You could look at your golden pocket, but your B waves often 0.5, which is the golden pocket. So if we come down to 103.5, and then our theoretical 0.5 would be right at the back test. So something like, just continue chopping here, chopping, come down here, then back test, and then lower. And then you would look at your C wave targets. You could measure your C wave targets by doing a trend-based Fibonacci extinction. You would just go from high to low to high, and your 1-to-1 would be down here around the bigger value area high. Let's put this properly. So no, it'd be lower. Yeah, but it would be around the value area low of this range since January 17th. Interesting. This is total speculation because we haven't even made this low yet or this high yet. So total speculation. I mean, I shouldn't even be doing this. I'm just going to confuse people. All right. That's it. See you guys later. Have a good night.